So, good afternoon to each and everyone. So, allow me introduce myself. My name is Curtly Vio, the PIP reporter of the Group 3. So, this is the continuation of the topic about behavioral methods. So, on the behavioral methods, we have A, on-the-job training. So, siguro alam naman natin kung ano yung on-the-job training dahil madadaanan naman natin ito sa ika-4 na year ng ating paglalakbay. So, on-the-job training, it is widely known as OJT. So, it is an important topic of human resources management. It helps develop the career of the individual and the prosperous growth of the organization. So, on the on-the-job training, it is a form of training provided at the workplace. During the training, employees are familiarized with the working environment they will become part of. So, it is also get a hands-on experience using machinery, equipment, tools, materials, and etc. So, on the part of on the job training, it is to face the challenges that occur during the performance of the job. An experienced employee or a manager are executing the role of the mentor who, through written or verbal instruction and demonstration, are passing on his or her knowledge and company-specific skills to the new employee. So, on the job training, it is the most popular method of training not only in the United States but it's in the most of the developed countries such as United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Philippines, and etc. So, dito diba sa atin, so, napagdadaanan natin ng on-the-job training sa ating 4th year. So, doon mismo, makikita natin kung gaano kahalaga ang isang on-the-job training. On-the-job training is highly used for practical tasks. It is inexpensive and it doesn't require special equipment that is normally used for a specific job. During and after the training, the trainee must also have continuous monitoring and feedback. On-the-job training also employs this technique. First is coaching. This practice is observed between a supervisor and a rank file on the job training. So, in the coaching, as the term suggests, coaching is a type of on-the-job training that entails employee training under a supervisor or an experienced staff members. It is a direct training approach where workers can raise questions and receive illustrations and feedback about their responsibilities. So, the second technique is mentoring. Through mentoring, the superior provides guidance and understanding to a subordinate by teaching him or her how to carry out his or her role on the achievement of company objectives. The superior prepares a subordinate for a higher position in the future. So in the mentoring, on this type of an on-the-job training is more prominent as in managerial position. A senior professional is responsible for guiding and mentoring subordinate to carry out daily operation. It is a direct training method that benefits the trainers. They learn first-hand skills. So the third technique is job rotation. So job rotations, employees can also assume other jobs within the same department to give themselves the chance to experience other tasks and to be promoted to a higher position later on. So in the job rotation, an employee is switching back and forth to other jobs associated with the role and gaining expertise with various job profiles. This eliminates the feeling of mandate and helps create interpersonal relationships with peers from different departments in the organizations. So the fourth technique is validation of the training program. A training program should be validated before its actual implementation. It is tested using employees who will not be the probable participants of the training program. This is usually a pilot run or a pilot test. Revision, if any are required, are done after the implementation of the program. So in the training evaluation, it is a process that examines the effectiveness of your educational and training programs. Validation is the process that certifies the training employees are receiving METs expected and standard. Since evaluation and validations are concerned with learning outcomes, certification is based upon measurable performance. So, implementation of training program. If the program is workable, the training program is scheduled for actual implementation. Some companies have felt the need to provide the best possible training programs and have built their own training academy or training center to support the learning, development, and growth of their employees. So while it is appropriate to select the best training techniques available, it is also equally important to have a good trainer who will be responsible for the actual implementation of a training program. So the fifth technique is feedback. After the training, the program is evaluated in two ways. First, the participants of the training evaluate the program itself based on all its aspects such as venue, food, the speaker, or trainers. In the audiovisual age, the most important feedback comes from the immediate superior of the participants. After the later go back to their respective work areas, these superiors monitor any change or improvement in the work performance of those who participated in the program. So, in the feedback on the OJT, it is practical approach to education that allows individuals to gain hands-on experience in a real work environment. Feedback this context, it is essential for both trainees and organization, as it is foster growth, enhance skills, and improve overall performance. So there have some importance of feedback in OJT, such as skills developments, enhancing communication, boosting confidence, alignment with organizational goals, and there have methods of providing feedback. There have verbal feedback, written evaluation, peer reviews, regular check-ins. So in conclusion, feedback in OJT is crucial for effective learning and development. It not only aids in the immediate skill enhancement of trainees but also contributes to their long-term career growth.